Question 5. Evaluate the principles of strategic human resource management. So the question is about the principles of strategic human resource management. So in our introduction we saw that human resource management, or strategic human resource management, this one is an approach to managing the human resource in the organization, and so that these people, or the human resources or employees within the organization, they can help the organization achieve its long-term goals and objective. So the principles of SHRM, or strategic human resource management, they emphasize integration of HR practices with overall business strategy. So they ensure that this organization strategy or business strategy aligns with human resource practices. So the principles include, just like what I said, integration with business strategy. So this one is about aligning with and contributing to the achievement of organization overall business strategy, or helping the organization achieving its long-term goals and objectives. And then long-term focus. So SHRM looks beyond immediate human resource needs to consider the long-term implications. So any decision that is made when it comes to human resources within the organization must ensure that it plays a role in helping the organization achieving its objective. Talk about the organization being able to perform and also being sustainable. When talk about sustainability here, we talk about an organization that can achieve its long-term goals and also remain competitive for many years. And then holistic and integrated approach. So SHRM views HR practices. When we talk about human resource practices here, we talk about activities such as recruitment, training, performance management, recruitment, selection, placement, among others. So it views these activities as interconnected elements that must work together coherently rather than as isolated. So in other words, we say that all these practices must be able to work together. And then emphasis on human capital as a source of competitive advantage. So it also views employees. So employees, what we call human capital in human resource management. So we say they are valuable, the most valued assets in any organization. So if you want your organization to be sustainable and also to have a competitive edge or advantage, then you must ensure that you treat employees as valued assets, or you see employees as valued assets within the organization. Then commitment and engagement. So SHRM also aims to foster employee commitment, involvement. So they do this one, for example, by creating a positive work environment, also empowering employees and also building trust. And then flexibility and adaptability is another principle. So we say the strategies should talk about the human resource strategy should be flexible enough to accommodate any changes. And then performance orientation. So strategic human resource management is focused on improving organizational performance through effective people management. And then strategic fit is another one. HR strategies should achieve both vertical fit. When talk about vertical fit here, you talk about aligning with business strategy, the overall business strategy. And then horizontal fit, coherence among various human resource practices. And then question B, as an expert in strategic human resource management, you have been invited by Boss Unlimited to make a presentation on elements of strategy. So examine the contents of your presentation. So in our presentation, the contents, or in any presentation concerning strategy, so your presentation must have any of the following elements. One, of course, there must be introduction to strategy and strategic management. Here you define what a strategy is, so there's the definition there. And then another content or element is vision, mission, and values. So we already defined what vision statement is, mission statement is, and core values. So all these, we call them the foundation. Then environmental analysis. So here we talk about understanding the landscape. So here we talk about the organization strength, talk about the resources, for example, weaknesses, and so that is internal environment. So already talked about this one. And then external environment, talk about the micro environment, e.g. customers. Macro environment. Macro environment, we said it is the pastel: political, economic, social, technological, and environmental. Then strategic objectives. Here we talk about what to achieve. So you explain that objectives translate the mission into specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound targets. Call that one SMART: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and also time-bound. Then strategic choice. Here we talk about formulation. So here we talk about how to compete. Discuss the competitive strategies such as cost leadership. So the strategies that you can use to compete or to outwit competitors. And then resource allocation. So putting assets to work. So here we talk about how strategy dictates the allocation of financial resources, human and technological resources. And then implementation consideration. So here you talk about making it happening. So there talk about the structure, how the structure should align with the strategy. Talk about the leadership. We can talk about the role of leadership in championing the strategy, and also ensuring that communication is clear, consistent throughout the organization. We can also talk about change management, human resource management role. Then monitoring and evaluation. So the main purpose of this one is ensuring that there is effectiveness. So you explain the importance of monitoring continuously performance against objective. So you want to know if there is any progress, so you monitor. And then customization and dynamics. Here you conclude by so this one is the conclusion. So you stress the strategy, or you stress that the strategy is not a one size fits all solution, meaning that it must be customized according to the needs of the organization.
So if you like this video, you can always enroll with us. You'll be able to access more of these revision sessions, and also you'll be able to find well done lectures or pre-recorded videos for all the KASNEB courses, as well as CHRP And in case of anything, you can always reach us out. We have our contact details on the screen. Feel free to call, feel free to WhatsApp anytime. So thank you, and let's meet in our next session.